Okay, happy, what do you call it? Daylight Savings Day, or is it Daylight Savings at all? Is it that time? Or just fall backwards day? How's that? Yeah. I don't know. Did you set your clocks? These days, how many clocks do you have to set? You know, how many, what do they run by battery? Do we have any more that are run by electricity? I don't know. Okay, anyway, this video is going to be a little mix. I'm trying to change my videos up a little bit and not focus so much on one topic. You know, I've said that for a year and a half, or even over a year and a half now, but I keep doing it. So focusing on one topic on this channel. It benefited me at first, not really much, but now apparently many of the topics that I, you know, chose for this channel, the AI does not like at all. And I've mentioned before that, and I don't know if I put it on this channel, but you know, when you're in a, you know, have had this happen, or it's currently happening, when somebody's always telling you you're wrong for the way you think or the way you do something or something like that, and you know you're not, it's just their way of doing things. You all know what I mean. You know, you don't need an AI telling you, nope, that's not good enough. You're wrong. No, yeah, we all know it's not. Okay. I have done a few videos, so if I repeat myself, yeah. But I meant to say at the beginning, you know, if you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle at the end of the video. Yeah, that seems to be important to let people know that right off the bat. Okay, and another little housekeeping thing, that video that I made, let me talk about those last two videos, the ones that are PowerPoint. The first one was about just ignore this video. And what I was doing, I wasn't trying to test out the templates and themes and stuff. I wasn't. But my electricity was off. No, not my electricity. My internet was off. Temporary down the whole area. And I could only have so many of the templates were there because it needs the internet to get the rest. But anyway, but I wasn't testing those, but I did find some cute new ones. And but what I was doing was trying to see if I put enough, you know, of the terms and words and spell them with, you know, beginning with a capital or not. We call them uppercase these days. To see if it's going, the AI is going to really slap me silly for those kind of tags. Well, they didn't. I couldn't put every one of them, of course. You know, you can only have up to 500 characters. But the ones I did, it didn't. Look, and then the next video was about who comes first, and you know, to you, and it did. It didn't right away. I think it waited 2 days, maybe it was 2 days, and then it slapped me with that it's not suitable, you know, for all advertisers, or however it goes. And that was funny to me because I didn't put hardly any. And maybe it is the tags. I need to go back and check which tags I put in there. But I don't know. In my little mind, my mind is not little. I gotta stop insulting myself. But I want to try out the tags and see if it, you know, I don't know how it works. Who does? Anybody know how it works? But maybe the tags, maybe the AI has to get used to your tags, maybe, you know, or what topics you talk about on your videos. What do you think? Another housekeeping kind of thing. You'll probably see a thumbnail. If I can remember, I've taken some selfies, which taking selfies is not my thing. I'm going to be wearing the same shirt, but I'm going to use those. I think I figured it out on my cell phone how to use those to make thumbnails with the title on them at the beginning. You know, thumbnail. You know where the thumbnail goes. But I think I figured out how to do it. I don't know for certain. I haven't tried it yet. But it required me taking more than one, as far as I know, selfie. Like I said, I'm not a selfie person. And I'm not even in a video kind of person, because I like to multitask mainly. I'm lazy, in other words. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh my goodness. Okay. But the thing about me taking selfies is because I'm using my cell phone. I use my cell phone for my videos, in case you haven't noticed. I had bought a camera last year about this time, and it was like, that's too much work. you know, the little card and all that, and no, thank you. I used to do videos where you had to do all that editing and stuff, and no, thank you. You know, really. But anyway, the problem with the selfies in my SUV is it makes me look sunken in. You know, when I do use my camera to make a video, it looks like the middle of my face is more forward than the rest of it, like where your nose is. Well, in a selfie, it's more like the nose is more pushed in, the body is more pushed in the middle, and the outer part of the body and the outer part of the face is closer. Somebody needs to tell me how to fix that. I haven't figured it out. But I'm not much on reading directions as it is anyway. And yeah, I know somebody's going to say, oh, that's a sign, that's a flea. Could be. Hey, no, I never like to read all that stuff, you know, directions, because sometimes it never makes any sense anyway. It's just easier to, you know, figure it out, trial and error, sometimes. Yeah, but that's one of those things too. I got a story. Maybe I'll make another video about that. Maybe I'll go ahead and tell that story here. Did I already? My brain has been more scared lately than usual. Anyway, if you purchased anything recently, and more recent, I don't know how many years, but that you have to put the pieces together. You know how they will have, you know, whatever product it is, you have to put it together, and they will have like a drawing. You know, instructions will have the, you know, each piece drawn out and how you connect this one to that one to this one to that one. Now, much simpler than it used to be. You know, attach A to B. That's crazy. But instead, it's pictures. You see the actual parts. You know, a drawing of the actual parts. Now, imagine two people trying to put something like that. You know, something that has it all drawn out for like 2 hours, trying to put this thing together. Okay. Anyway, I'll just leave out what it is. But trying to put it together, because I can't pronounce it. They're trying to put it together, and no matter what they do, it doesn't work, and they're really frustrated with the fact that it doesn't work. And at first they asked me, how do they put it together? And I said it should have instructions, you know, and it did. So they started putting it together, and like I said, didn't work after they put it together. And so I finally, you know, I have learned. Let people make their own mistakes. Don't, you know, I used to always, you know, because people, when you grow up, people telling you you're wrong all the time and it's all your fault, you tend to take too much control on situations, you know, so you're going to make sure it's right. It's not, let's not blame the victim. It's just something was trained. You know, you were really trained to take care of everything. Yeah, we could talk about that on another video. But, so I let them make their own mistakes, and they kept making them, and it didn't work. So, yeah. So, like I said, it's probably like 2 hours into it. And so I say, let me see. And I sit there and I say, okay, well, where's this part and where's this part? And they kept saying, well, it's in there. Well, the parts were in there, right? Okay, they were there, but they were wrong. They were not in the right order. And it was something that where they could slip into the wrong order. And so I kept saying, okay, well, you see this? This has, the lines are drawn, horizontal. These are vertical. So this is not the right piece there. Right piece there. And they would stubbornly say, yes, it is. And we did it right. And I said, well, if you did it right, let them know, it would be working. So I had to go through piece by piece with them and show them, put this one on this one, like it says in the directions, instructions, and got the picture drawn out for you. But I wasn't being, patronizing or condescending or anything. And in the end, of course, it worked, But their stubbornness during the while, that they were right. They knew how it should go. And the picture was even wrong. No, the instructions are not wrong. It's just your mind doesn't want to see that you are wrong and they're right. You see? Although this part didn't happen, I could see it happening. Where it would, turn to something like, if, this kind of situation could turn to something like, well, it's your fault because you bought something that was complicated. You had too many instructions. You should have bought one that was already put together. You know, they will find this type of person, you know, when they go to the more malignant, more extreme end of the spectrum, they're going to find a way to make, whenever they do something, there's some kind of flaw in them, that it's your fault. You know, I think we all do that at some point, in some, not point, but situation. We do, because sometimes it is. Sometimes a situation, not in this kind, but it is something that is somebody else's fault. You know, or they just weren't being real thoughtful, or they weren't connecting the dots, whatever it is. And we have a right, in a way, to say that. But how many of us do, you know, that aren't this, you know, extreme, or it's all on the spectrum. Some of us are to the good, only the good end of the spectrum, you know, yeah. Okay, but I could see that easily going in that direction. You know, here's some, you know, they're not going to be at fault. They were doing it all right. The instructions were, well, they did do that. They were doing it right, and the instructions were bad, you know. But anyway, you know what I mean. I think I'm going to wrap this video up, and I was going to do it on self-care. Yeah, because right now I definitely need it, because I get way scatterbrained when there's too much going on. But anyway, I'll do that in another video. And I'm going to do my videos differently, you know, than before, like I said. So we'll see how long I can last. But anyway, if you want to subscribe to this video, this channel, like I said earlier, you know, click the circle. And I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.